Elvis, don't you want to go up to the barn with me? Come on, old son, let's go. Welcome to Heathen's Garage, folks. It is currently Thursday in the middle of Miles of Mayhem. Like right, not the middle, actually we're last day of Miles of Mayhem. And I realized I didn't have a long video to show you. I put out some shorts, and there'll probably be another short or two tomorrow or the next day or whatever, but I didn't have a long one. So this video is going to be largely unedited, as best as I can allow myself to do. And it's going to be just sort of, well, we got to do a header gasket in our Plan B car because we blew one today. And we're going to just get it ready for racing tomorrow, top notch. But mostly we're going to talk about what 1 year of YouTube has looked like. Well, technically it's been a year and a half, but we're going to focus on the 1 year because I never did a 1 year video. And that is today, because I feel like I can make a long form video about that. So if that's interesting to you, you're here. Yep, perfect. That's great. If that's not interesting to you, less good. Stick around anyways. Maybe it'll be fun. We're doing a header gasket. Maybe that's fun for you. You're happy to see us after we were gone all week? You are? Is that your happy dance? Is that a happy dance? If for somehow you haven't ever seen this car, this is our Plan B drag and drive car. It is a 1964 Plymouth Savoy. It's got a big block 440, a 727, a gear vendors, and an 8 3/4 rear end. My dad built it in the 1980s, and it's a pretty good hot rod, but it does require some maintenance. And this episode, well, this episode is, it's kind of like Zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance, but it's YouTube in the art of Plymouth maintenance. This is our header gasket. We're going to be replacing this. And while we do that, we'll give you some YouTube facts, because that seems interesting. So the first step in taking these headers loose is, well, undoing the bolts, of course. The first question that my wife asks when it comes to video editing and making YouTube videos is, how many hours do you spend editing the videos? And it kind of depends on how you look at it. Like if I do a task that is, typically I will work for 6 to 10 hours, and that will be doing the task and filming the video. And usually filming makes the task take anywhere from, say, 40% longer to twice as long. So there's that. And then editing, most of the time, you could count on, I'm going to say, 30 minutes of editing for every 1 minute of content. Oh, shoot. Yep. Problem number one, I forgot this is a big block Dodge. And on a big block Dodge, the coolant comes out when you pull the header bolts. So now we have to drain some coolant out. But it is just water because we're running Miles of Mayhem. So that's a bonus. At least I'm just going to let it drain on the floor, actually. It won't hurt anything. We'll just carry on. Now, as I was saying, you can pretty well count on 30 minutes of editing for every 1 minute of footage. What I mean by that is, if the video is 30 minutes long, I spent like 900 minutes editing it. Video is 10 minutes long, I spent 300 minutes editing it. And that's a pretty fair representation. Sometimes less, sometimes more, but that's what it took me. People who are faster can do it faster. People who are slower can do it slower. We're on to the final two bolts here. I know one of the questions that I thought to myself a lot was, how long does it take to get monetized? Because really, whether you do it for that or not, it's in the back of every YouTuber's mind of, when am I going to start making money doing this? And hopefully you're doing it because you like it. That's why I do it. But it's still a burning question of, am I going to get paid for any of this? Or is this just, you know, a ton of work for nothing? And, well, mostly, yeah, that's what it's been for me, is a ton of work for nothing. At least as far as monetary things go, to answer the basic question, took us 11 months and 24 days. We actually got our monetization on December 24th, like Christmas Eve, which was pretty cool. That was making weekly videos, occasional shorts, sort of whenever we felt like, but no set schedule, and then the odd bonus video, if you can call it that. We made, I think, like 62 full-length videos, full-length, however long that is, typically between 10 minutes and 30 minutes. Alright, we're on the last bolt here. Oh, look at that. Hey, our header is loose. Oh boy, does it fit tight. I don't know how I'm going to slip the gasket out of there at all. That's too bad. This is more work than I was bargaining on. So how about comments? We get lots of comments. I like to respond to comments. I like comments in general, actually. When you get bad comments, well, you have to ask yourself a couple questions. Number one is, what are the odds that person would say that to your face? Whatever it may be. And two, would you drink a beer with that person? Because if you wouldn't drink a beer with that person, like, their opinion's kind of moot. You know, like, it don't matter. If you would drink a beer with that person and they've left a nasty comment, well, maybe there's something worth considering there, but chances are they're just a jerk, so you carry on with life. I do read all my comments. Like, I do take, well, that isn't fair to say. I read all the comments on my long form videos. I don't on shorts, because there's too many on shorts, and, like, there's a lot that just repeat themselves, so if you leave comments on shorts and I've never replied, I ran out of motivation to read them all because there was too many or whatever. But not that I don't appreciate it, but you know, shorts tend to breed different type of comments too. You know, they're adding to a conversation that I'm not necessarily part of. Well, unfortunately, what we need to do here is lift the car up onto a motor mount and jack the engine up a little bit. So we're gonna get on that. Now, for those wondering, do I work YouTube full time? Absolutely not. It is strictly a hobby. If we tried to do YouTube full time, we wouldn't just starve, we would have starved long ago. Which brings me to the next question of, you know, how much money do you make on YouTube? I have no idea what anybody else makes. In my very first year of YouTube, which I was only monetized for 7 days of, I think we made $5. So, like, that didn't seem like a viable career option. $1 a day, at least in Canada, probably not going to put food on the table or cover a mortgage or your basic expenses. But, you know, for me it was kind of like, well, that's cool. We're doing the thing that we like doing the best, and we're profiting from it. Because at that point in time, it is profit. Like, it's something you didn't have and weren't going to get before. That'll do. Sitting on 2 jacks. Or a jack and a jack stand, I should say. Not too bad. Now, if you happen to be wondering, like, how many views do you get? Well, it really depends on the video. Because I got lots of videos that have 100, 300, or 200, or 500. We got one video that's up to like 25,000. Maybe more by now, I don't know. We got a short that's over 1 million. But in all of 2024, my whole first year, we had like 122,000 views in total. And that was a pretty huge number to a guy like me. Like that alone felt like a pretty big accomplishment, crossing that. Well, first the 10,000, like 10,000 people. That's basically the population of my town all watched the video, and that was pretty cool. My flashlight just died. Now I will say, after last year, like that view count is significantly higher. But that was the whole first year. It was 122,000. Alright, that side's off. This side needs to be loose. This side's different than that side. This is a solid mount. Oh, okay. Great. Well, if it's a solid mount, we need to at least loosen it. Because it ain't gonna flex if it's like that. We've undone the motor mounts. Now we're just gonna let the car back down. Get under the engine with the jack. And hopefully lift it up a bit. Now with the motor mounts undone, I should be able to jack this up. The engine will come up and over, and the header will fall away a little bit. At least that's the hope. Now as far as perks go to do with YouTube, that I can say something about. I better see what's going on there, because it's making funny noises. Looks fine. There we go, now she's coming up. A little more room, please. Oh, there we go. That should be lots. Now our header gasket can come out. That was great. That's better than expected. Anyways, as far as perks, well, I can say that's been unexpectedly amazing. The perks that come along with doing YouTube stuff. Now this is wrecked, as you can see. Particularly this one. It really wasn't leaking bad. This one was leaking a little bit. Not much contact area there. Mostly it's just really brittle and old. Now this being the old one, this being the new one, we're gonna carry on. Now I was talking about perks. As far as perks of YouTube, we have gotten some free stuff, and that's been really cool and well appreciated. And some sponsorship on builds that, you know, like, that's awesome. It's great, and it really does allow me to do more stuff. But some of the biggest perks I've got are the people I've met along the way, and that's like, that sounds pretty cliche, but I have met people that I would like call my heroes because of YouTube and because of doing it. And I've got to do things that were on my bucket list, such as writing an article like that was published in a magazine. And it just, that came about because I started making videos of myself fixing cars in a shed, realistically. And like, it's a ton of work, but those are bucket list things that are pretty special to me. And if for no other reason, that's been worth it, at least for me. Well, that's back together. It's actually the next morning, if you can tell by the costume change. When I couldn't get the motor mount bolts back in, well, our Zen had flown away, so we elected to just relax and think about some other things. As for YouTube and my first year of it, well, we didn't get rich. And that's okay. Was there a part of me that wanted to get rich? Of course there was. Was there a part of me that wanted to get famous? No, not that kind of guy. But the unexpected bonuses, the sponsorships, which there has been a few, and I've been very grateful for them. But especially the people I've met and the opportunities I've had because of putting in the work have made YouTube worthwhile for me. And like, it's a weird thing to say because it's just a little baby YouTube channel, but it's a hobby that has changed a lot of my life. Because I spend a lot of time editing that I would otherwise spend doing something else. I don't watch TV. I don't play video games. I don't do any of those kind of things. All of which I did used to kind of enjoy, but now I edit videos in my spare time. And that's okay with me, because in some way it feels like you're creating. And if you can be creating something, that's like, what more can you do in life? You can't do better than that. And that's sort of my 1 year of YouTube. And as for this thing, well, we've got header gaskets in it, and we gotta go racing. So we'll fire this thing up. Hopefully the leak's gone, and then we're going racing. Actually, we're going racing either way, but hopefully the leak's gone, because that would be nice. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. We'll see you next time.